So I'm sorry I'm a day late. I went to my school's football game, which explains why I am so red. And we got our butts kicked, so no, it was not worth the sunburn. Um, this week's topic is religion, which I have strong opinions about. So I'm going to try to make this the least offensive it can be while stating everything I believe in. I'm going to dive into Christianity first because that's the biggest religious debate about homosexuality that I have been exposed to. In the Bible, it states that God has made all of us in His image. Now, that would mean no matter your sexual orientation, you are made to represent God. This is where people then argue that sexual orientation is a choice because anybody God made would not have been born homosexual. Now, if this is true, why would homosexuals choose to place themselves in the situations they're in? Why would they want to be kicked out of their homes, abandoned by their loved ones, and put themselves in a category where their rights are taken away? If you believe homosexuality is a choice, wouldn't you also argue that, on a biological level, you cannot love someone of the same gender the way you can love someone of the opposite? If you believe this, I highly suggest that you spend a day with a very in love homosexual couple, because it is obvious two people of the same gender can love each other in the same way a man and a woman can. I'm positive some homosexual couples love each other more than some straight ones. It's just the nature of relationships. I've heard a lot that God loves all of His children, but why does it seem like His children can't love each other? Would God want us to hate each other? Would He want someone who claims to follow Him and preach His word to then spread hate about His fellow children on His behalf? I get the idea of wanting to, quote-unquote, save someone you care about. If you believe they'll spend an eternity in hell, you'd want to try to save them from that. However, you can't convince someone to follow your beliefs by yelling at them. People don't believe full-heartedly in religion if the only reason they believe is fear. If the only reason you believe in a higher being and follow his or her word is because you fear damnation, that's not the way to experience spirituality. You put your faith in a higher being because you believe in your heart it's right. You don't convince someone your higher being is the best by first telling them everything they're doing that could send them to an eternity of torture based on its word. As far as being a member of religion and being bi, gay, transgender, lesbian, or whatever, that's a personal struggle. You have to come to terms with it, and I can't really speak on that topic because I've never gone through it. However, I like to say that religion, ultimately, should make your life better, happier. Yes, there's a responsibility when you are a member of religion, but your time on this earth, in the end, should be better as a member of the religion than not. If you are a member of it and following its preachings makes you miserable, you should definitely reevaluate. As far as the religious arguments against marriage equality goes, in America, there's a freedom of speech and a freedom of religion. So basically, you can picket and say whatever you want to. Go ahead and believe that any homosexual is going to hell. You have that right. However, everyone else also has the right to believe they won't. Also, some people believe that the founding fathers would all agree that homosexuality should be against the law, and that America was founded on Christian principles. I would like to read a quote from the Constitution, which was signed by George Washington, James Madison, and Benjamin Franklin, to name a few. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Therefore, no, they signed a document which states we are free to believe whatever the heck we want to, and we are also free from being forced by law to follow another religion's beliefs. Religion is a personal choice. I think many people forget that they should respect each other's choices and lifestyles. Just because you wouldn't make their decision doesn't make it wrong. Just because someone has put their faith in something or someone other than what you did doesn't make them wrong or evil. So, as far as why am I personally for marriage equality, I'll give you two simple reasons. Number one, it isn't any of my business who someone else loves. Number two, if it makes a person happy and doesn't harm themselves or another living being, do it. Everyone has the right to be happy. So I hope I gave you some things to think about, and the only thing I highly suggest for everyone to do is to not be ignorant. Research. Don't just take the majority's word on a topic or follow blindly. Make your choices and beliefs. You have thoughts for a reason.